All right, so welcome to the exchange. So, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to give you my opinion on what I see in the stock markets. Looking to the left to see what has happened, then looking to the right to see what may happen. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you invest money in things you know about. If you don't know, invest in yourself and learn. That's the best way you can make money out here and have some security in these markets. So, let's look at what happens to stock markets so we can get a better idea and some security in exchange. Welcome to the Exchange Show. All right, here we go for this episode of the Exchange. We're going to start off with I'm looking at Carnival again. I looked at this back in January, um, and surprisingly, I'm very happy to see it did do what I wanted it to do. It came down to $14. Now, since I haven't looked at it in a while, it is going back up. So, did I miss the move? I don't feel like I did because I feel like I want to top back out at $19 again and change, and we're only at $16. So if I did want to play this, first let me put this here. Oh, that would actually end up perfect. So the reason I'm saying that would end up perfect is because I'm going from earnings to earnings, and there we go. So this would take me to my next earnings cycle, which would be up here by at least $19.20. I feel like we're definitely going to get there. We are in a good bullish trend because if you take the bigger picture like this, we do let's do one of these, fib retracement. We bring it up because it did stop there. We came down pretty much to the 618. We're now at the, yeah, that would be that's a good retracement for a bounce up and most likely continuation up past that, maybe even to the $20. I'll go to the next area of resistance, would be $24. But so far, let's see. Let's turn on our Firadox and see what we got. Do we have a good entry? Oh, we do. All right. So right now I'm in an uptrend. I'm above the 100, the 200, and the 50. And I got green here. So I got a three-way handshake, and I got a buy signal. I was back here on, what was this? February 27th. Got to start paying attention to this thing more often. So February 22nd, there we go. I got a buy signal. If you notice on that candle, if you had bought an option up here in this area, you would have lost money. Then it would have came back. But that's always scary when you see that. Like, oh my God, just bought an option. Now I'm losing money. But I'm in a buy zone. So you can always wait for it to retrace down to the 9 or 14-day moving average. So what it did do that, it was here. And this was on March 7th. From there, all green from that candle. So, did I miss the move? No. I'm pretty happy with that. I might actually get on this to play. And I'm looking for earnings around $19, but I'll probably look for an $18 strike price. Maybe the $19 strike price. We'll see. Next, let's talk about. Oh, matter of fact, I don't need that. Let's go right over here. This tab. Walmart. So, in case you didn't know, Walmart did a stock split. That was a 3-to-1. 3-to-1. And it never came down. So on February 26th, we had a stock split for Walmart. It was 3-to-1. Seriously? But with that being said, you didn't have a giant pullback. So we are in this channel. And this is a great buy channel because you could have got in at Walmart down here at $49. Let's just say $50. $50 down here in December. All right. It had a big gap down from earnings. After that gap down, it came a little bit lower. If you notice here in the actual indicator down here at the bottom, this area here was like our lowest strength of market. Even though our price went down, then we saw we have some bullish divergence. Very, very slight. But down here, you'll notice the price was essentially, the strength in the market was essentially the same, even though the price was lower. So that is like hidden bullish divergence. That started our run from 50 all the way up to now we're at $60. That's a $10 run since December. Now, a good option on that, a long one, that would have given you a lot of money. Even if you had just said, all right, I'm only going to go out until this, the last recent high, $56. So if you had grabbed the $56 option, man. Now, granted, these days here, that's a lot of stalled movement. So you grab those options out about 3 months, 4 months, and you can make some good bank. So right now, where is this going now? We're looking. I haven't charted this at all. I'm just going to turn on the indicator so I make it quick. I don't want to make the videos too long. We're already 5 minutes in, and we are at our second. So we're coming back with meeting a 9-day moving average inside of a channel. We're going with this a trend line on the inside, but we're still inside the channel. If it breaks that trend line, I'm looking for it to come down to most likely about the $59 to $58. So anything from high 58s to mid 59s. Then at that point, I don't know. This is a very strong trend. This may be the only pullback you get for a while because we're looking at a high of $63. So $3 away from here would give us the top of this particular range. Then we're going to get a range reset or a brand new area of entries and take profits and resistance. So yeah, I want to look personally for me. I'm playing safe for the daily chart to $63. So in the daily chart, that's where I'm at. Let's go for, let's see, we're going into the energy gang now. So ConocoPhillips, if you've never heard of them, look them up. ConocoPhillips, this is a good one. All right, it has some strong movement. Why? Let's look at this. In our chart right now, we're seeing that we had, let's go on a weekly, and oh yeah. So let's just put it real simple. I would look for it to go here. That's $134.14 from where it is right now. As you can see, it's a very strong bullish candle on the last week here. Very strong. It would be considered a breakout of this area. So we had a breakout of this area going with strong volume. The last strongest volume we had was this candle right here in this week in December. That caused a slight breakout and then a rejection. This one looks like it wants to go to that 134. And the weekly time frame, let's see what that would give us. We're probably going to be looking at, that lines up perfectly with that. I would look for no higher than 147 in the weekly. I always like to play it safe. Currently, I'm still in a sell zone in the weekly. But in the daily, I am in a buy zone. All right. And I have passed my area. So what that means to me is that most likely this next couple of days, I'm going to get a reset of these levels, and it's going to let me know where I want to go. Personally, in the daily, I would still just go for about 126.72 for ConocoPhillips, aka the COP. So COP, look for 127.70 or 126.72. You do have some gaps here, so be careful. You got a gap here, very small gap, so that's a good retracement zone. Then you have a very small gap up here in that 118 area, so watch that one as well. Those two areas are gap areas. Look to retracement. So if you happen to see the market come down and you're looking for entry into COP, aka ConocoPhillips, I would look for it to come back down at least to maybe 115. That 115 area will line up perfectly. So what I want to do is I want to put something right here, and I want to make it an entry. So let's talk about our next one. What's our next one? Oh man, CVX. That's going to be Chevron. So Chevron, same thing. We had a breakout So let's see. We had to break out of that pattern there, so we had to change. We're going up, and let's see this. All right, so now we got some road maps here. We got some road maps. We had a gap over here in this area that was filled. Now I'm just looking in the daily time frame. I'm just looking for the last high. Let's bring that down some. I look for the bodies to close. I try not to go for the wicks. I've done that before and been faked out. It's been just my take profit hasn't been hit. It's annoying. So I'm looking for the top of the body, bottom of the body when I do my support and resistance a lot of time. And that's 171. Now, with that being said, let's see what do I have in my daily for this. I got my earnings area here. Here to here. All right. Am I going to go up and then return back down for my earnings? Let's see. Let's see what I got. Oh, nice. So I'm just starting a very strong buy area here. I'm passing the 200-day moving average, which is right here. If you can't see that, let's use our handy dandy pointing arrow. So that blue dotted line is my 200-day moving average. I am above it, and I'm above it with some good volume. So I could look at least for the 161 in the daily. Let's see. So I'm above the 100, the 50, and the 200. And of course, I have a green light down there. I got a three-way handshake and a buy signal. I'm looking nice. I'm looking happy with this. Let's go to the weekly and see if that is any different. All right, in the weekly, I am still actually in a sell zone. So this may be a quick play. So I'll go with the daily and do it that way. So if anything happens, I will only do this Chevron CVX up to probably, I try to look for a strike price around 160. Yeah, that way I'll probably be able to get in the money soon. So let's see, let's do an entry here. Yeah, let's make a little note. 160 strike. And I'll look up what that's going to cost me later. All right, so let's see what else we got. Oh, one more. MRO. That's Marathon Oil. I already did some charting on this one. Oh, I like this one as well. I'm above the 50. I'm above the 200. I'm above the 100. And I got a green light down here. That's my three-way handshake. My buy signal actually popped up all the way back here in January 30th. And yeah, I missed it. I could have gotten it around this area, about $24. So right now I'm extended here in the daily. Let's see if this is worth it to me. Oh. And the weekly, let's just turn that off and let's do regular. The last high was around here. Bang. $28. After that, I got another one. $32. All right. So if I go past that $28, I would expect to go to $32 if I have strength. But at the same time, I have 1, 2 big rejections here. So I would only really look for it to go to $28. And with that being said, $28 is my next target, lining up with this indicator as well, my Faradox. And I could see this being reset for new pivot points going forward. But it most likely has to come back down to fill that gap. So if it comes back down about $25, let's see, $25 around in this area, let's call that an entry as well. And I'm only going to look for $28 for this one. All right, cool. So that's it for the exchange this week. If you want to do any charting, let me know. Just message me. And we could do a charting session on Sunday evenings. But if no one's there, I'll just be charting by myself. So there we go. That's it for the exchange this week. Oh, hold on. Let's see what Palantir did. Let's see what Palantir did because I know I was looking at that last week. So far, it looks like it's doing what we said. It broke that down. We may come to the support area of $22 and then go back up. Uh, let's see. What do we have? Marvel. Oh, all right, we filled that gap going down. We're at our support area. Let's see if we can go back up. All right. All right. So far, we're doing a little recap of what we had last week. My apologies, everybody. Micron still looks like it may go down again. It had a rejection up here that may give us that more downward movement. But at the same time, this one, hmm, yeah, I'm gonna see if it still goes down because we have some gaps under there. I was still looking for that to come down to $79, and of course we had AI. All right, it came down further than I thought. To be honest with you, it came down further than I thought. Let's see if this is going to be our bounce in this area. This is some good support too. So let's go here. That is some good support. So that may push us up. If it breaks this area, look for it to come down to a minimum of $25.96 for AI. There we go. So that's our recap, real quick. See you guys next week on the exchange.